Many of the world's most iconic musicians remain deeply respected following their death. Music fans often go back and listen to their songs, while wanting to bring back more than a few for one last album. For weeks, Jimi Hendrix fans mourned the loss of the musician, and grunge fans that enjoyed Nirvana didn't know what to do after Kurt Cobain took his life. In the whirlwind of music history, some artists are in the 27 Club while others passed away from a murder or illness. Whichever fan of music you are, hopefully, this makes you want one of them back making good music one more time. Tom Petty died of an accidental drug overdose from a variety of medications. Petty also suffered from coronary artery atherosclerosis and emphysema. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers came to fame in the 70s, breaking through the mainstream music world with their album Damn the Torpedoes. Chester Bennington was the beloved lead singer for Linkin Park. The frontman died of suicide, and he was a known patient for depression. For the most part, the band from Agora Hills, California, spent years creating tracks with serrated guitars and epic hip-hop beats which helped them sell over 100 million records worldwide. For everything that was purple, the only thing wasn't was Prince's high level of fentanyl in his body. After his death, information arose about the musician's alleged abuse of prescription drugs. Fans will always remember him for his eclectic work, flamboyant stage presence, and his wide vocal range. The year 2016 didn't start well, nor did it finish on a good note. David Bowie remained musically active until he passed away of cancer on January 10, 2016. His death was 2 days before the release of his final album Black Star. The English singer-songwriter is one of the world's best-selling music artists, emerging during the glam rock era with his flamboyant and interesting alter ego, Ziggy Stardust. Whitney Houston was found dead in her guest room at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills. The New Jersey native is the only artist to have 7 consecutive #1 Billboard Hot 100 songs. Houston made her acting debut as Rachel Marin in The Bodyguard, but Whitney became the first album by a woman to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 Albums chart. Winehouse died of alcohol poisoning at the age of 27 in 2011. The English artist had expressive contralto vocals and the ability to mix musical genres like soul. She became the first British woman to win 5 Grammys in 2008. Back to Black, for a brief time, was the UK's best-selling album of the 21st century. Michael Jackson died from cardiac arrest. His personal physician, Conrad Murphy, was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. The King of Pop was one of the most popular entertainers ever. From the Jackson 5 to his illustrious career to a figure of controversy, Jackson became a dominant figure in popular music. Ray Charles died at his home in Beverly Hills due to an acute liver disease. The Georgia native pioneered soul music during the 50s by combing blues, rhythm and blues, gospel styles into music. From being blind at the age of 7, Charles was one of the few geniuses in show business. Johnny Cash died of complications from diabetes on September 12, 2003. Known for his deep, calm bass baritone voice, most of his music tackled themes of sorrow, moral tribulation, and redemption. Traditionally, he began his concerts with "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash," followed by his signature song, Folsom Prison Blues. Beatle great George Harrison died from lung cancer that was attributed to his years of smoking. The quiet Beatle embraced Indian culture while helping shape the scope of popular music through Indian instrumentation. With several best-selling singles under his belt, Something became the Beatles' second most covered song. The Notorious B.I.G. Christopher Wallace was killed by an unknown assailant in a drive-by shooting. Biggie became a popular figure in the East Coast hip-hop scene. The rapper helped increase New York City's presence in the genre at a time when West Coast hip-hop was dominant. Since his death in 1997, he's considered one of the best rappers of all time. Like his counterpart Biggie, Tupac Shakur was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting on September 7, 1996. He died from his injuries 6 days later. Shakur began his career as a roadie, backup dancer, and MC. He's ranked as one of the greatest and most influential rappers of all time. In 2017, the California native was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Selena was shot and killed by Yolanda Saldivar, the former club president of the Musicians Fan Club. The native of Texas made contributions to music and fashion, which made her one of the most celebrated Mexican-American entertainers. Billboard magazine named her the top-selling Latin artist of the 90s. Freddie Mercury died in 1991 due to complications from AIDS. The singer confirmed the day before his death that he had contracted the disease. Mercury grew up in India before his family moved to Middlesex, England. He formed Queen with Brian May and Roger Taylor in 1970. Marvin Gaye was fatally shot by his father, Marvin Gaye Sr. Before his unfortunate death, Gaye helped to shape the sound of Motown in the 60s. During the 70s, the albums What's Going On and Let's Get It On helped him become one of the first artists in Motown to break away from the reins of a production company. Bob Marley, the legend of reggae, died of acral lentiginous melanoma in 1981. The Jamaican singer was a committed Rastafarian who made his music with a sense of spirituality. Marley is credited with popularizing reggae music around the world, becoming a symbol for Jamaican culture and identity. On December 8, 1980, John Lennon was assassinated by Mark David Chapman. Lennon and Paul McCartney formed a strong songwriting partnership during their tenure with the Beatles. The Brit also had a rebellious nature and wit in his music, writing, drawings, and interviews. Elvis Presley died due to health complications and prescription drug abuse in 1977. The king of rock and roll emerged as a pioneer for rockabilly, an up-tempo fusion of country music. With several film appearances and chart-topping records under his belt, the king became a leading figure of the new sound of rock and roll. Jim Morrison died in Paris in 1970, but the cause of death remains unknown. The Lizard King is one of the most iconic and influential frontmen in rock music history. Morrison provided poetic lyrics, a distinctive voice, and a wild personality. The Doors spent 2 years in hell before rising to fame with their single, Light My Fire. Similar to Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin died at the age of 27 due to a heroin overdose. Her fourth album, Pearl, was released on January 1971, 3 months after her passing. Before that, Joplin rose to fame as a then little-known singer for Big Brother and the Holding Company. Eventually, she would appear at the Woodstock Festival in 1967.